What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to another episode of our Liverpool FC Let's Play here in Football Manager 2020. This is episode number 11. It's the Champions League semi-final, and we're going to be taking on Inter Milan. And I've got to say, I absolutely love Inter Milan's kits this year. That third kit is just beautiful. It makes me feel feelings. Of course, if you missed last episode, it was the Champions League quarter-final, so you might be able to guess what the result was, but it was against Man City. It was a cracking game across two legs. I recommend going and checking it out, of course. And yeah, we're in the semi-final today. It's a big time. It's a big day. And well, you can see, looking here at our schedule, we have played 3 games since you were last here. We took on Chelsea, Newcastle and Norwich. We'll talk about the Chelsea game. It was the semi-final of the FA Cup. Great little performance, this one, by the entire team, to be fair. And Dybala's goal was just the pick of the bunch. It was absolutely superb. A really, really nice finish into the top corner by him. Just whipping in the free kick. The other goals were good as well. Kante equalised for them. We fought back well. And I do feel like we deserved our win in the end. Dani Olmo capping off what was a superb team performance with a great little goal for us. Anyway, you can see Olmo here. He's kind of improving and then not improving. He seems to like have his good months and then his bad months. One thing that is worth noting is that with that Chelsea result and also the 2 league games we had where we beat Newcastle and beat Norwich, we guaranteed ourselves a Champions League spot next year, and as a result, we have been given our budgets for the new year. Now, you can see we are 5 points clear with 3 matches remaining. We should be winning the league from that position. And if we just look here, we've got £500,000 wage budget, which is crazy to me, and £90 million in the bank. So I have been, just having a little poke around the market, seeing what's what, who we might be able to pick up. Honestly, I don't know what position we would improve with that kind of money. I feel like there's not really anywhere that needs desperate attention. So at least for now, I'm keeping my hands in my pocket. I'm trying not to spend money for the sake of it. Although there are a few players that have caught my eye. If we just look at the scouting centre and assignments, I think, and then can we actually look? Actually, no, assignments isn't what I want. I want players, I think, and scouted. I wanted to look at the list of players we're currently scouting. Is it not? I swear it's on assignments. Am I going crazy? I am looking at Mbappe. That's basically what I wanted to say. I'm looking at Mbappe. We can't afford him. I don't think I can make Mbappe 2020 happen, but that might be our end game goal. Maybe if I offer Mbappe and Firmino. Can we offer out a player? I'm trying to remember how to add a player. I never add players. Here it is. Players to exchange. Let's just add in Firmino. There's no way this is going to work. Transfer. That's not what I want. Exchange player. That's what we want. I'll give you 80 million plus Firmino. I have to hit make offer. I did try and make an offer already and they weren't very happy. They're definitely not accepting that. Anyway, we don't need to do any stupid transfers. We've got Inter to play today. It's the Champions League semi-final. Team news-wise, everything's pretty good besides Robertson's injury. He is still out, unfortunately. It means that Henriks is going to play left-back for us. But the rest of the team is kind of the usual suspects. So Salah's been the main man as of late, as has Dybala. I'm hoping that Mane and Firmino can step it up just a little bit. I don't mean to throw them under the bus, but I feel like they could do better. Looking at Inter side here, they've got Lautaro Martinez, who's a player who I have looked at in the past for signing for us. And they're going to be playing this 5-3-2, which could be very difficult to break down. They've got a very, very good little defence there. I will say now, I feel like the fact they've not got, a wide attacking midfielders should help us a little bit. Naturally, with our system, with our 2 wing-backs getting high up the pitch, when teams do have wide attacking players, like Man City had with Raheem Sterling, we often found out like teams kind of catching us in behind our full-backs. That shouldn't be the case here, although we've got to be wary of Lautaro Martinez, who hits the woodwork there. That's a warning after 2 minutes. Of course, this is the first leg. We will also have the second leg coming today. Our next game is against Everton in the league. We should win that. It should be comfortable. So with that in mind, we're obviously just going to focus on these 2 league, not league games, the Champions League games. I'm lost for words and I'm nervous. Please send help. I can't stop staring at that Inter kit. It looks really good. Okay, 40 minutes gone, 0-0, hardly a classic. They've not had a shot on target. we're struggling to have any of the ball. I almost want to do a demand more. I was about to say it's probably pointless at the end here. I mean, if they score now, it's going to feel really pointless as Lukaku heads it against the woodwork. That's a warning shot to end the half. Boys, I'm not happy. That is actually appalling. That might be the worst half of football this season. I'm not even exaggerating. I don't know. Did we have a highlight other than that one right at the very end? I don't think we did. That is shambolic. Let's see if we can step it up ourselves in the second half. Of course, away goals would be important here. I know I say it all the time, but it is very much true. Henriks switches the ball to Salah. Plays it across to Alexander-Arnold. What can he do here? To Salah. Crosses it in. De Vrij clears it, but it falls to Henderson. I've totally botched the commentary there, and I continue to botch it. For some reason, Van Dijk was on my mind. Of course, I'm talking about the other Dutch centre-back in this game, playing for Inter. It's De Vrij. Ball comes into him from Salah. He heads it away, but Henderson on the volley. I mean, that is a stupendous effort. Handanovic with some questionable goalkeeping, but on the hour mark, we get our noses ahead through absolutely nothing. The fact that we've managed to get a goal there is pleasing, although we do need to be good here. Martinez bringing it forward. What can you do, Alisson? What a save that is. It would have been offside anyway, but, I mean, praise the save regardless. Anyway, I'm going to be honest. Salah and Dybala have not had good games, so I'm going to make a double change. We're going to bring in Suso and Olmo in a double swap in the attacking midfielder kind of positions with an hour gone. I'm not going to make our third change just yet. We're going to hold on to it just in case, you know, it becomes necessary to make a change. But with 20 minutes left here, we're 1 goal up. This is, you know, a little bit deja vu-y, I feel like. We've been in a lot of tight games in Europe so far this year, and this could well be another one. Beat Man City, of course, in the quarterfinals, just 2-1 across 2 legs. This game here is only 1-0. They're playing the ball around here quite nicely, to be fair to Inter. Henriks, though, wins the ball well there. Now, what can Dani Olmo do? The Croatian, well, former Croatian-based player is what I wanted to say there. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Who was that? Who stopped running? Joe Gomez, you lazy, lazy man. It was like he couldn't be arsed. I'm going to put in another demand more team talk. 5 minutes left. A second away goal could be crucial. Henderson's going to be lurking for his second of the game. Who is that there? Alexander-Arnold crosses it to Henriks. Puts it back in. Firmino can't quite get there. We need to be wary of the counter-attack here. They're going to try and unleash it. Lukaku holding up the play well. Lazaro now with it wide. Skips past this man and crosses it. Oh my word. For a sec, but that wasn't a cross. That was a shot. For a second I thought I was about to lose my mind. But fortunately for us, it's gone wide. And now we have our own set piece. Cleared away only as far as Mane. This has been a game with very few chances. If we could get a second here, it could be huge. Alexander-Arnold brings it forward, hits it from range. Handanovic parries it. Mane against the post, against the keeper, gets the third effort. Do we have 1 foot in the final? I'm not entirely sure. But what I do know is we find ourselves 2 goals up. I had my head in my hands. I was convinced that Mane, after the second miss, had completely screwed this up. If at first you don't succeed, try, and try again. That's exactly what Mane's done there. He's got his reward. We're ahead in this game. And, well, with 2 minutes left, we're going to take that. 2-0 after the first leg. I feel like when you look at these stats, it paints a confusing picture. They, attacking-wise, were awful. They had lots of clear-cut chances and couldn't even hit the target. Just 1 shot on target. We had way less possession, but way more shots and significantly more shots on target. I kind of feel like we just deserved the 2-0 lead at the end of the day. We had a lot of half chances that we took. Henderson with a captain's performance there. Man, everyone in our team is on the decline. That's a concern, except Kayana Hoover, which I guess is good because he's one of our big hot prospects who I'm very, very excited about. We'll have to see how he gets on. But anyway, we've got a game against Everton. It's away from home. It's going to be a walk in the park because it's Everton and I'm arrogant and all that stuff. So we'll be back in a week's time. It's Inter at home, 1 foot in the final. Let's get there. And, well, yeah, let's see how we get on, shall we? Okay, guys, so we are back here for the second game against Inter. And let me tell you now, the midweek game did not quite go to plan. Haaland got a long-term injury. We played Wijnaldum at striker. And whilst I don't think that was a contributor to the result necessarily, we lost 4-0. There's no way we got spanked. I don't even know what happened even now. It was just one of those games where it felt like every shot went against us. It just wasn't a good time. I cried a little. It wasn't pretty to look at, and we got spanked, and not even in like a fun way, in a I want to go cry in a corner kind of way. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant viewing. The penalty wasn't ideal. We had a sending off as well. They even missed a penalty in this game. It could have been more. You can see that with 2 games now left of the season, we are still top, and we're still top because Arsenal in second, they drew 0-0 against Wolves. So they slipped up, we slipped up, they gained a point on us. It doesn't make a great difference in the grand scheme of things. If we can just win one of our last 2 games against both Burnley and Tottenham, we win the league. How hard can it be? It should be straightforward, right? Anyway, of course, we've got the Champions League second leg here. Just have a quick look at the Champions League. In the other semi-final, it is Barcelona versus PSG. PSG are winning after the first leg. And, well, let's hope we can turn up today. We are going to have a full-strength team. Of course, Haaland not being on the bench and actually being injured for the rest of the year is a real shame. Yeah, he's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm not sure when the Champions League final is going to be scheduled, but it's going to be very touch and go. He definitely won't be fit for the FA Cup final. I got the news item about it. So hopes there have kind of been deleted. But, well, we'll hope that we don't need him today, of course. He got some fantastic impact kind of goals for us off the bench. In this kind of game here, you know, we're 2-0 up after the first leg, 2 away goals. This should be comfortable. This should be standard. Let's hope that that is exactly how it's going to play out here. Conte's side playing the same formation they played previously. And, well, they've got an early chance here through Sensi. Whips in De Vrij. That's concerning. 15 minutes gone. They score at the near post. Becker. Could Allison have got there? Could he have made the stop? De Vrij, who was at fault for one of their goals in the first leg with a really nice volley. That was a little bit Claudio Bravo-esque against Mane, wasn't it? Unable to stop the ball going in, just parrying it into the inside of his own goal. And that puts us a little on the back foot to start things. Of course, Robertson's still not fit, but with the exception of him, we are at full strength now. So, well, let's see how we get on. Of course, the good news is that Adrian was the goalkeeper in goal against Everton midweek, where he really did rotate the whole team. So I'm hoping that that result hasn't dented, you know, the confidence of too many of our players playing in this game. I did bring on a few of our star men at the end of the game, but they came on when we were already down a man. That was Kiana Hoover, by the way, with that sending off. I think that's his second sending off since he's come into the first team. That is a little bit of a cause for concern. We'll put that down to young age and perhaps a degree of immaturity, but yeah, can't become a regular thing, certainly. Oh my gosh, what has happened here? I thought this is offside, but Salah's through. Oh my word, he's tucked it away as well. Henderson won the ball weirdly there, and I could only assume it was the right centre-back who played Salah on. Really intelligent play by Henderson here, though, just to get the ball forward quickly. You can see just a nice little breakaway. Salah gets in behind, and I was convinced he was going to miss the one-on-one. It's what FM20 Beta's done to me, but miss it he certainly did not. Tucks it into the bottom corner, and, well, that gives us a little bit of breathing room. And now Joe Gomez to launch it to Mane. What can he do here? He crosses in. Henderson! The provider almost turned goal scorer again for us. Unfortunately, it has gone wide. I have noticed 2 of their 3 centre-backs are on bookings, and it's the 2 in wider areas. That is going to fill us with hope of a red card on the horizon, but, well, we can't rely on that. We need to defend this here. Baraghi brings it forward, now with Barella. I don't know why I've put on a weird Italian accent there. I feel like I'm getting in the mood of things. Anyway, Dybala skips past his man. Former player, of course, based in Italy. Runs past everyone. Can he tuck it away? He can't. Handanovic with a lovely little stop there. I mean, early on, we've been the better team in this game. More possession in this leg than we had in the previous one. And, well, even though we didn't have a lot last time, obviously we created a lot of chances. This game, we've continued to create them so far. Lots of clear-cut chances, lots of half chances coming our way. And, well, at half-time, barring a very, very late goal here, it's going to be 3-1, although deja vu. Sensi to get the free kick forward, cleared away. Could we hit them on the counter this time? Maybe. Salah bringing the ball forward down this right-hand side. Where is he going? He runs past 1. He runs past 2. And he puts the shot wide. I thought he was going to do it again. Unfortunately, wide on this occasion. And, well, Inter know that they are going to need 2 goals if they want to go through on away goals. If we can just get 1 more, Inter are going to have to score 4 on the night. And whilst Everton did manage to do that against our kind of rotated team, I feel like we'd back ourselves at this point to, well, not concede 4. So I feel like that's got to be the aim. You know, it would be possible for me in this situation just to switch to a super defensive style, but that's not how we roll here at Liverpool. We want to play on the front foot, especially at home. I feel like we have the quality and the attacking potency to score at least 1 more in this second half. Hopefully the players are going to, you know, show that that faith is worth it and that they are capable of playing up to my expectations for them. Into working the ball around at the back here, they like to sit quite deep with their back three, and that does invite us to press them, but then that does leave a little bit of space in the midfield they're clearly trying to exploit. It's not worked on this occasion though. Dybala, what a run. Firmino, can he get there? Alexander-Arnold tucks it into the bottom corner. That is the goal we needed. It's 2-1 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate. It's taken less than 2 minutes into this second half for that goal that I was desperate to get to come for us. Dybala, lovely run again. He's made a lot of these. In fact, we've had kind of a field today just running at the Inter defence. And, well, Alexander-Arnold, very high up the pitch there, playing that full-back on attack duty, coming up with what could prove to be the title, well, not the title, the tie decider, I guess is what we'll go with. Although Lazaro, I can't speak too soon here. I can't speak too soon, although we are on the counter again here. Salah getting in behind. Got to go alone. Can he go alone? He can't. It's another huge, huge stop. You can see here, they've got rid of Lukaku. Lukaku's media description there was pacey hitman. I don't recall ever seeing that media description before. Is that a new one for FM20 or is that in previous games? Answers on a postcard, please let me know in the comments. I have no idea. Baraghi dispossesses Salah twice there. But as things stand, we're still looking good. We're still holding on in this game. 20 minutes left. I mean, it should be all done now, surely. 1 more and it would be done. 1 more and I'm getting my martini out and I'm having a party on the beach. I will get my deck chair out, set it up in the dugout and enjoy the last 20 minutes. The ball brought forward here. Alexander-Arnold crosses it in. It's headed clear. Can the right back get to it again? I mean, he is on a booking. Don't get sent off for the final. Maybe I should be taking him off if he's on a booking, now I think about it. Sensi, who did get the assist for their first goal, switches the play superbly there. Into now with Gabriel Barbosa, lays it off to Sensi. Don't foul. Don't foul. Joe Gomez, that'll do us. Where is Joe Gomez going? He looks like a man on a mission. Where's he go? Go alone, Joe. Shoot. Okay, I've got carried away there. I'll level with you. I have got carried away there. Let's take off Alexander-Arnold. Let's play it safe. We'll bring in Matip and move Gomez to right back. Firmino's not had a particularly good game at striker. Let's try Mane there. And I'm going to bring in Olmo. And I'm also going to bring in Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think, for Jordan Henderson. Just because I do need to give Oxlade-Chamberlain a little bit more football. He's been on the fringes of things lately. And it's kind of a challenge. You know, we have Fabinho, Henderson, Alexander-Arnold, Keita, and also Wijnaldum, all competing for 2 centre mid positions. 5 top quality centre mids as well, and it is just a little bit tricky. Obviously, Oxlade-Chamberlain can play a few other positions, but with the likes of Suso and Olmo, you know, in our team, I kind of feel like our final third is, you know, equally as stacked in many ways. There's lots of competition for places, and that isn't a bad thing, but it does sometimes make just keeping everyone happy a little bit more challenging than it perhaps needs to be. Anyway, Martinez here with the ball. Lays it to Fuller. Never heard of that guy, I'm going to be honest. Baraghi crosses the ball in. Van Dijk, nice little clearance. Now could we break? Could we humble them? Could we embarrass them? Matip dinks it forward to Salah. Little cheeky give and go. Can he finish it? I mean, I think Joe Gomez's effort might have been better. We desperately want that 5th. It's 4-1 on the night. Well, 4-1 on aggregate. 2-1 on the night. The game is done at this point. We are merely playing to just intimidate PSG or Barcelona. I've got to say, whichever one of those 2 teams we get drawn against, it ain't going to be an easy game. It's going to be a really, really tough game. Salah, can you make it 5? Oh my word, that's a finish and a half. Olmo with the assist. Salah's kind of just I don't want to call it a dink, and I don't really want to call it a chip, but he's just quite effortlessly tucked it into the top corner. You couldn't have placed it in a better spot. Almost ball through, by the way, is crazy good. Salah finds himself through, and it's delightful, isn't it? Not hit with any power, just steers it into that top corner with a degree of finesse. And we'll take it, 5-1. What more could you want from that kind of performance? That was exactly what we needed. We've been in cruise control for most of our Champions League campaign, and I feel like that semi-final was no different. Of course, we are in the FIFA Club World Cup, which is different. If I'm not mistaken, they've changed how the FIFA Club World Cup works from the second season onwards, as they have in real life. I don't know what the new format is, so we'll discover what that is, I guess, at some point. Salah, superb performance by him. Very, very happy with your performance there, my friend. That was what we needed. And I forgot to mention it earlier. PSG told me to piss off about the Mbappe deal. But Mbappe 2020, I'm still going to try and make it happen. Maybe that's the end game of this save game. Anyway, Barcelona v PSG. This is the second leg of the other semi-final, and we are going to be taking on PSG in the final. That's going to be a tasty affair coming your way on the 30th of May. That is going to be following the FA Cup final. And, well, assuming that we're wrapping up the Premier League title with a win against Burnley, next episode we'll be back for the Arsenal and potentially the PSG game as a double header. I think that's what we might do. And then the episode after that we'll do an end-of-season recap thing, I imagine. Hopefully we can just win it all. That would obviously be the dream. I'm a little bit concerned. It's all been a little bit too simple and a little bit too easy here at Liverpool. So I am considering what we might do for Season 2 and beyond. You know, be it an interesting team gets relegated or an interesting scenario plays out. Or maybe we just stick here and continue to, you know, develop this Liverpool side and really forge a dynasty. I'd be curious to know your thoughts. Anyway, of course, if we now lose the FA Cup final and Champions League final, I look like an absolute mug and will probably end up doing further years. But of course, you can find out more about that next time. So yes, that's all from me today, guys. Let me know what you made of the performance. See you again soon. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.